The 8th of November 2017, Mercedes chief Toto Wolff says the outfit will not relent across the rest of 2017, despite wrapping up both titles, explaining that it is treating the upcoming events as the first two Grand Prix of 2018. Mercedes clinched a fourth straight Constructors' crown at the United States Grand Prix, and a week later Lewis Hamilton secured the driver's title in Mexico. However, in spite of achieving its 2017 goals with 2 rounds to spare, Wolff has stressed that Mercedes must keep pushing, in order to gain momentum and understanding for 2018. It might be tempting to think that, with both championships now secure, the pressure is off for the 2 remaining races of 2017, but that couldn't be further from the truth, said Wolff. Inside the team, we are looking at the next 2 race weekends as the first 2 Grand Prix of 2018. We have 2 races that we are determined to win in order to take that positive momentum into the winter. There will be no backing off just because the championship business is now done. In fact, these next 2 races speak to every principle that makes us what we are. We aspire to excellence in everything we do, from the first lap of the Winter Shakedown in Silverstone to the final lap of the postseason test in Abu Dhabi. And every time we race to win. That is the mindset we take to Sao Paulo. Wolff added Lewis is operating at the peak of his powers right now, and will be determined to add another victory to last year's success. Valtteri Bottas made a promising step forward in Mexico and will aim to build from this at Interlagos. As recent rounds have shown, winning Grand Prix is never easy. Red Bull have taken 2 victories in the past 4 races and, although we have claimed the other 2, Ferrari remain formidable opponents. With the championship now settled, the battle for 2018 has already begun. Latest news: 1810 F1 1806 Aprilia will run a special paint scheme for this weekend's Motup season finale at Valencia, in support of AIDS charity Red. Motup 1613 Jorge Lorenzo has emphasized that he still has substantial improvements to make with Ducati, as he prepares to cap his first Motup 1451. Get to know more about Zach Brown, McLaren Technology Group's executive director, in this video interview produced by the F1 1416. The FIA has confirmed that Interlagos has undertaken work to improve drainage at the circuit, ahead of this weekend's Brazilian F1 1325. Fernando Alonso says McLaren Honda is approaching this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix with a bit more expectation after F1 1208. McLaren looks ahead to the finale of its World's Fastest Gamer process, as 12 of the best gamers get set to battle it out for F1 1130. Formula One is set to conduct live demonstration events in 4 major cities in France, the United States, Brazil and China next. F1 1102. JeepUpdate.net readers believe that Williams should recruit Robert Kubica to partner Lance Stroll in Formula One next season. In the F1 1038, Avantia riders Hector Barbera and Loris Baz say they are expecting an emotional weekend at the Valencian Grand Prix, as the Motup 1008 join Prema Racing's Antonio Fuoco as the Formula 2 driver spends the day with his team, and explains his routine, which includes F2093. Mercedes chief Toto Wolff says the outfit will not relent across the rest of 2017, despite wrapping up both titles, explaining. F10900 Sauber has confirmed that Pascal Wehrlein will step aside for Charles Leclerc's 4th and final FP1 run at this weekend's F10732. Formula One moves on to Interlagos and the Autodromo José Carlos Pace for the penultimate round of the 2017 campaign. F10532 Max Verstappen reflects on his stunning recovery from 14th to 3rd in wet conditions at last year's Brazilian Grand Prix. And F1 1634. Find out what's new for the 4th season of the electric Formula E Championship, with new drivers, new circuits and new FA 1540. Mercedes-Benz GP3 Series champion George Russell will conduct Formula One practice runs with Force India at the Brazilian and F1 1517. F1 1512. Red Bull came very close to signing Fernando Alonso, with a 2-year contract for 2009 and 2010 turned down. Team boss F1 1255. Marc Marquez says he will keep the same mentality and working method for this weekend's Motup finale in Valencia, as he, Motup 1152 officials at Hockenheim are certain Formula One chiefs will ensure there is a support event package for next year's German Grand F1 1048. A title challenge scuppered by a typhoon and another weekend hampered by engine problems. It has been quite the spell for F1 1002 experienced the raw emotion of the moment Lewis Hamilton crossed the finish line at the Mexican Grand Prix to become a 4-time F10951. Force India boss Vijay Mallya says the team will take more risks over the final 2 rounds of the campaign, after securing F1 0812 Haas team boss Gunther Steiner has backed Formula One's 2021 power unit proposals, describing the initial blueprint as a good. F1 0622 Michael Collier, head of human performance at McLaren Applied Technologies, explains how the human performance of the world's F1 1622 Formula E presents a compilation video of drivers' best burns from seasons 1 to 3, featuring an array of in-car and FA 1547 Toro Rosso driver Brendan Hartley is hopeful of fighting for a points finish at this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix, provided he F1 1320 GP3 1318 Organizers of the GP3 series have announced an expanded 9-round 2018 calendar, with the addition of France and return of GP3 1204 European Formula 3 champion Lando Norris will become McLaren's official test and reserve driver for the 2018 season, providing F1 1050 Ferrari's threat to leave Formula 1 over future regulations should be taken seriously by the sport's new owner, Liberty Media. F1 0953 F2 0951 Formula 2 has presented a 12-round calendar for 2018, all events supporting Formula 1, with Paul Ricard and Sochi new additions. F2 0932 Watch the standout donuts from IndyCar in 2017, starting with Sebastian Bourdais at the season opener and ending with champion Indy 0911 World Superbike rider Michael van der Mark will again replace Jonas Folger at Tech 3 Yamaha for this weekend's MotoGP season. MotoGP 0758 With due respect to those still squabbling over potentially lucrative championship positions, a little bit of pizzazz goes for me. F10512 to join Haas driver Romain Grosjean as he goes karting during a recent trip to California. F1 1652 Nico Rosberg visits Mercedes-Benz World at Brooklands to sample the manufacturer's new GTR machine, before stumbling upon some. F1 1542 Renault chief Cyril Abiteboul has readjusted the Marquez goal to finishing 6th in the Constructors' Championship, after F1